pit tonight. Let's go, this is how we roll on tires that are larger than life. Doesn't matter where you're from, it's running through your blood. Time to get loud, everybody buckle up. You waited, now you made it to the greatest show on dirt. It's the Monster Jam, Jam, Jam. Alright, you ready, Nashville? When I say monster, you say jam. Monster, monster. Yeah, when I say monster, you say jam. Monster, monster. Let's ride, we got the green light. It's a party in the pit tonight. Let's go, this is how we roll on tires that are larger than life. Doesn't matter where you're from, it's running through your blood. Time to get loud, everybody buckle up. You waited, now you made it to the greatest show on dirt. It's the Monster Jam, Jam, Jam. Yeah. Nashville, this is Monster Jam.
Nashville, you ready? This is JCB Racing. 12 drivers have been seeded into the bracket, but now 4 of our fastest drivers from last weekend's event, well, they have an automatic buy-in into round 2. But first, coming up, 8 trucks. They got to go head-to-head, baby. Who's ready for JCB Racing?
Well, we're going to get ready for our first head-to-head matchup here in round 1. Racing out of the red lane, give it up for Caleb Blood and Sparkle Smash. And her opponent racing out of the blue lane, get those zombie arms moving for Barry Musauer, Zombie Stars and Stripes. Zombie Stars and Stripes 4-2 against Caleb Blood and Sparkle Smash as they get ready to rock and roll. Your winner is Caleb Blood, Sparkle Smash. Caleb Blood and Sparkle Smash advance on into round 2. Let's take a look at the super glue glued to the action replay. Pretty even, but on that last turn, she punches it through to the finish line, gets the win, and moves on. Her time is locked in, a 17.533. We're going to move on to our second head-to-head matchup. Racing out of the red lane. Make some noise for Ryan Anderson, son of a digger. And his opponent racing out of the blue lane. Make some noise for Bryce Kenny, Tech Deck, Wreck Deck. Son of a digger is 2-1 in heads-to-heads this season against Bryce Kenny in Tech Deck Rec Deck. Our staging lights are lit at the far end of our end zone here inside Nissan Stadium. Outside, yellow lights means our drivers need to fire their engines, heads to the starting line. 2 yellow lights means they're staged, and we're looking for all green lights. Your winner is Ryan Anderson, son of a digger. Ryan Anderson, son of a digger, advances on into round 2 to see Dalton Widener and Shell Shocked as we take a look at that replay brought to you by the original Super Glue. A wide turn there for Tech Deck Rec Deck, so son of a digger goes through the finish line with the win. As we await that official time to be locked in by our Monster Jam timing system, there it is, a 17.328, fastest time of the day so far. Our next head-to-head matchup, racing in the red lane, make some noise for Jamie Gardner, El Toro Loco. And racing out of the blue lane, make some noise for Corey Rummel, Ringling Bailey Circuit. Ringling Bailey Circuit 2-0 against El Toro Loco this season. Bailey Circuit looks to the line first, followed by the arrival of El Toro Loco. The winner will move on to see Zach Garner and Wildside in round 2. Let's go green! Your winner is Corey Rummel, Ringling Bailey Circuit. Take a look at the replay. It was pretty even up until that last turn. And then the unfortunate tumble and roll there for El Toro Loco puts Bailey Circuit there in the winner's circle. Moving on into round 2 to see Wildside. Time is locked in, a 17.837.
One of the most challenging parts of this track is the final corner. These trucks are 10 feet tall, they're 12,000 pounds, and when the drivers are inside of the truck, they have what's called a Hans device. So it basically makes it so that they can't move their head whatsoever. They're kind of like locked into the truck. They can't turn their head right, they can't turn it left. And so as they come around that final corner, you'll see there's a little turn pod in either of the lanes. The driver that can hug that turn pod as tight as possible without hitting it will have the best chance of racing towards that finish line and crossing it first. If they hit that turn pod, it's going to upset the truck and the driver will lose time as they start making their way towards the finish line. Now, something to consider is that every time we go to a new city, we actually use local dirt. So sometimes the track out there is really slick. Sometimes it has more of a sand base. Sometimes it's more clay based. So every single track is going to feel different city to city. Something that we just saw out there with El Toro Loco coming around that final corner. He took a little bit of a tumble, rolled over. The JCB Dirt Squad is out there, has him back on 4 tires. Keep your eyes on that final corner because the driver that can master it will have the best chance at snagging the first 12 points of the night for the racing competition.
Take a look at our JCB Racing bracket there. You see Gravedigger, Shell Shocked, Wildside, and Megalodon all have that automatic advancement into round 2. They were the fastest 4 from last week's event at SoFi Stadium in LA. We're going to see Sparkle Smash take on Gravedigger, Son of a Digger taking on Shell Shocked, Ringling Bailey Circuit 1, and we'll move on to see Wildside, and we will wait to see who will John Gordon and Megalodon see in round 2. This is our last head-to-head matchup here in round 1. Racing in the red lane. Make some noise for Cole Vinard, Black Pearl. And racing out of the blue lane, give it up for Mike Christensen, Vendetta.
Colvin Art and Black Pearl are 2-0 against Mike Christensen and Vendetta this 2026 season. Winner again will move on to see John Gordon and Megalodon in round 2. Waiting for those staging lights. There they are at the far end of our track, the end zone. And we see Black Pearl coming to the line first, followed by Vendetta.
Your winner is Vendetta. A little spin out there by Black Pearl, and Vendetta will punch it through to the finish line, takes full advantage, gets the win. We'll see John Gordon and Megalodon in round 2. Super glued to the action replay up on the video board as well. Vendetta gets the win as we await the official time to be locked in. Time is locked, a 17.831 for Vendetta. Take a look there. Megalodon will now see Vendetta. Wildside will see Ringling Bailey Circuit. Son of a Digger will see Shell Shocked. And Sparkle Smash will see Gravedigger there in round 2.
Nashville, I need to know if you're having a good time. Scream! Yeah, buddy, this is round 2 of JCB Racing. Our fastest 4 drivers have made it to this round. Now they're going to be competing against the 4 drivers, our fastest drivers from last weekend's event, but only 4 can make it to the semifinal round. Who's ready for more JCB Racing?
For the first time here this afternoon, racing out of the red lane, make some noise for Tyler Meninga, Gravedigger. And she's advancing on here into round 2 there in the blue lane. Kayla Blood and Sparkle Smash. Gravedigger and Sparkle Smash have seen each other 3 times, and it has all belonged to Gravedigger's Tyler Meninga. Winner will move on to your JCB semifinal round. Gravedigger to the starting line first as we await the arrival of Sparkle Smash here in round 2. Sparkle Smash advances on! Take a look at the super glued to the action replay. It was pretty equal up until that final turn. Gravedigger rolls. Kayla Blood, Sparkle Smash gets the win, moves on to your JCB semifinal round. This will be interesting as well for points here, as Tyler Meninga and Gravedigger was only 1 point behind our series season's points leader, which was Ryan Anderson and Son of a Digger. A 17.614 for Kayla Blood and Sparkle Smash. And advancing on into round 2 there in the red lane, we've got Ryan Anderson and Son of a Digger. And for the first time here this afternoon, racing out of the blue lane, give it up for Dalton Widener, Shell Shocked. Son of a Digger is 2-0 against Shell Shocked this season. Winner will see Sparkle Smash, and the winner of this race needs to get a time faster than 17.614 in order to receive lane choice. Oh, we are going to the times. A photo finish. Take a look at the replay. It was Shell Shocked, and then Ryan Anderson and Son of a Digger takes that really close turn. Look how close that is. Your winner is
Ryan Anderson and Son of a Digger. He will clock in a time of 17.683, which means Sparkle Smash will have lane choice in the semifinal round. And for the first time here this afternoon in the red lane, let's hear it for Zach Gardner, Wild Side. And advancing on into round 2 in the blue lane, we've got Corey Rummel and Ringling Bailey Circuit. Wild Side is 2-1 against Ringling Bailey Circuit this season. Winner will move on to the JCB semifinal round. We've got both of our competitors set and ready to go. It's time to go green. Your winner is Zach Garner, Wild Side. A great race between these two competitors. It really comes down to that final turn. And Zach Garner and Wild Side takes the win here. Waiting for that official time, as times are crucial here for lane choice when it comes to the semifinal round. A 17.830. Our bracket is almost set when it comes to our semifinal round. Making his way back, John Gordon and Megalodon. And you're seeing him for the first time here this afternoon in the red lane. Give it up for John Gordon, Megalodon. And advancing on into round 2, there in the blue lane, we've got Mike Christensen and Vendetta. Megalodon is 2-1 against Vendetta this season. The winner will see Wild Side and Zach Garner in the JCB semifinal round. The winner of this head-to-head matchup needs to get a time faster than 17.830 in order to receive lane choice in your semis. We've got both of our drivers to the starting line. We are going to the times. Another great race between our competitors here. Take a look at the Super Glue Glued to the Action replay. It looked like Vendetta had a little bit of an edge there, but Megalodon looks really close there in that final. Your winner is Mike Christensen, Vendetta, a 17.585, which will put him with lane choice in the JCB semifinal round. So we'll see Sparkle Smash and Son of a Digger take on each other there in the semifinal round, and Wild Side and Vendetta will then go head-to-head.
This is the semifinal round of JCB Racing, y'all. Wow. Our 4 fastest drivers have made it to this round, but only 2 can make it to the final round. Who's ready for more JCB Racing?
In the red lane, we've got Ryan Anderson and Son of a Digger. And in the blue lane, we've got Kayla Blood and Sparkle Smash. This will be huge for points here for Ryan Anderson and Son of a Digger as well. But what an incredible round of racing for Kayla Blood and Sparkle Smash, laning herself here in the JCB semifinal round. We will see who will advance on to the finals. Let's go racing! Winner is Ryan Anderson, Son of a Digger. Through the straightaway, they were pretty even, but like I've been saying all afternoon long, and it really comes down to that final turn, Ryan Anderson and Son of a Digger takes the win and moves on. Our final head-to-head matchup here in our JCB semifinal round coming up here in just a moment. Son of a Digger clocks in a time of 17.493. In the red lane, we've got Zach Garner and Wildside. And in the blue lane, we've got Mike Christensen, Vendetta. The winner of this race needs to get a time faster than 17.493 for lane choice in your JCB Racing final round. We're going to get both of our drivers restaged here. They're going to get ready to battle it out. The winner, of course, will take on Ryan Anderson and Son of a Digger. Just keep in mind, outside yellow light means our drivers need to fire their engines, head to the starting line. 2 yellow lights means our drivers are staged, and they'll be looking for that lighting tree to go completely green. Wildside, our 2024 World Finals Racing Champion. Vendetta coming to you from Ogden, Utah, our 2023 Breakout Driver of the Year. Both of our drivers here getting ready here in just a moment. We're gonna throw it down to Casey G here. And Casey, let's talk a little bit about the track conditions, especially those final turns.
Well, Kay, this is why lane choice becomes a really important topic, especially as we're right in the semifinals. In the left lane, we've now seen 2 trucks that have rolled, and part of that is because there's an area over there where it's getting a little bit ruddy. These BKT tires have really big treads on them, and it's carving into the dirt. It's carving a groove. A couple drivers have figured out the most successful race line, including Son of a Digger. So it is possible to win a race in the left lane. You just have to be able to avoid those ruts. And when they have limited visibility out here on the track, that's what we were talking about earlier, they cannot move their head left to right. When you think about how the body creates a lot of limited visibility, that's really challenging to kind of figure out what that race line is going to be. So we're going to see what lane ends up being the most successful as we head towards the racing final.
Thank you so much, Casey, for that insight. Our drivers are ready to go. Our staging lights are ready to go here as they get lined up for our final head-to-head matchup. What an incredible race. It looked like Zach Garner and Wildside had wrapped it up, but going over through the finish line, just a little wanky there. Vendetta tries to punch it through there to the finish line. Take a look. What an incredible replay right there. Your winner is Zach Garner, Wildside. Take a look at the time, an 18.147 for Zach Garner and Wildside. Son of a Digger will have lane choice in the finals.
This is the final round of JCB Racing. Our fastest 2 drivers have made it to this round, but only one can win our JCB Racing. Nashville, who's ready to meet your final contenders?
Racing out of the red lane, he's a 5-time World Finals champion from Kill Double Hills, North Carolina. Give it up for Ryan Anderson, son of a digger. And racing out of the blue lane, he's your 2024 World Finals Racing Champion from Fortville, Indiana. Make some noise for Zach Garner, Wild Side. The winner of this race will collect their first 12 points of this afternoon. A little bragging rights as well as we kick things off here for Monster Jam inside Nissan Stadium. Wildside looks like he's ready to the line, waiting for the approach and the arrival of Son of a Digger and Ryan Anderson. And now our staging lights have gone blank. Wildside will restage himself. And I'm getting word right now that we're sending our USHRA safety officials out there to check on Son of a Digger. Might need a jump start here. Casey, they're using a jump box. What is that about?
Okay, sometimes the starter on the truck will go out. There's a lot of little electrical components in the starter that can sometimes burn up if they get too hot or if they get overused. The jump box helps to start the truck, and Son of a Digger is started out there on the track. We will see him for the final race.
Good news for all of our Son of a Digger fans out here in Nashville. Now, we'll wait those staging lights for our drivers, and we will get things underway here in JCB Racing Finals. Again, the 12 points are on the line for both of our competitors, Wildside and Son of a Digger. Both are staged. They are ready to go. Wow, what a race! Take a look at the super glued to the action replay. I thought that Ryan Anderson and Son of a Digger had it, but take a look. Just gets a little off balance. Wildside as well. What a finish! Your JCB Racing winner is Zach Garner, Wildside! Zach Garner and Wildside gets the win with a time of 17.885. This is his second JCB Racing Competition win this 2026 season. Nissan Stadium, make some noise for your racing winner.
Zach, congratulations. What a wild final race. Now, your truck is about 8 feet wider than most of the fleet that we see here today. You were aggressively pitching that truck in the corners, and somehow it worked out in your favor here today in Nissan Stadium.
You know what? With how blue grooved it is out here, it's almost too slick, but it's also so tacky and ruddy out here. You kind of got to pitch it early and hope for the best, and those last 2 passes were not my cleanest, but you know what? This guy right here next to me has got this truck running 110%. Ready to come out here and perform no matter what the circumstances are. But Nissan Stadium, are you guys having fun?
Well, the competition continues. Next up, it is the skills challenge. There's a lot of opportunity on this track to be really creative, but our fans are responsible to contributing who wins this competition. So how do you know what these fans want to see?
You know what? You got to come out here and try to put on the best skills move you can. I've been practicing my combos. This guy right here in my ear, we've been getting them dialed in. So you know what? We're going to come out here, either try some combos or try to do a two-wheel a year. We're going to come out here and do something, but as long as you guys get wild, get crazy loud up there in the stands, we're going to tear these trucks up. So let's hear it, Nissan Stadium!
On Stadium, if you're ready for the Monster Jam Skills Challenge, I need you all to make some noise!
Our Zombie Stars and Stripes. Right now is your chance to head to judgeszone.com. Your city code NAS. 20 seconds to lock in those scores. You can also scan that QR code right now.
He gets some big air off the ski jump. Barry Musauer, Zombie Stars and Stripes awaiting your scores here. Scores are locked. 6.734. Our second driver coming up, it's Bryce Kenny, Tech Deck, Rec Deck. So Barry Musauer and Zombie Stars and Stripes sets the tone with a 6.734 with the big air off of the ski jump, the lip of the ski jump. And we're going to get ready for our second driver up, our 2025 Viral Moment Award winner, Bryce Kenny and Tech Deck, Rec Deck.
Let's hear it for Bryce Kenny, Tech Deck, Rec Deck. 20 seconds is on the clock. Let's lock in those scores. Judgeszone.com.
What a wild attempt there for Bryce Kenny and Tech Deck, Rec Deck. He gets it on those front BKT tires and then goes into that nose wheelie back into the moonwalk. And then the big save. Scores are locked. Your score to beat Zombie, 6.734. Your score for Tech Deck, Rec Deck is 8.782. We got a new leader. Let's take a look at that super glue glued to the action replay. Goes off the lip of the ski jump in to the nose wheelie. Walks it out a little bit and then walks it back into the moonwalk. And then you see he just clips that corner part of the ski jump, balances it on one tire, and then you see the little push at the very end. He is now our leader with an 8.782. Coming up next, we got Jamie Garner, El Toro Loco.
Let's hear it for Jamie Garner, El Toro Loco. El Toro Loco celebrating 25 years here at Monster Jam. What did you think about Jamie's run? Let us know, judgeszone.com.
Get those scores locked in as we take a look at that super glue glued to the action replay, the reverse popper with a little smoke from the Crazy Bull celebrating 25 years of El Toro Loco. A different angle here. Scores are locked. Your score to beat, Tech Deck Rec Deck, 8.782. Your score for El Toro Loco is a 7.014. Our fourth driver up, it's Cole Vennard, Black Pearl.
Whoop! Cole Vennard, Black Pearl. 20 seconds, y'all. Let's lock in those scores now.
There he is. What a save there. I thought it was going to be over for Black Pearl. Goes into the reverse popper and just a little too much lands on the lid, but wow, was able to throttle through with those front tires, get him back on all fours. A great run there, great attempt. Scores are locked. Your score for Black Pearl is a good score, 8.243, puts him in second. Let's take a look at that super glue glued to the action replay. Like I said, the reverse popper, and then just a little too much lands on the lid, and then is able to hit that throttle and save it, gets it back on all four, and now that puts him in the second spot, 8.243. Score to beat still is Bryce Kenny and Tech Deck Rec Deck, 8.782. Coming up next, we got Tyler Menninga, Grave Digger.
Well, how about Tyler Miniga in Gravedigger? Let's see those scores. Judgeszone.com. Lock 'em.
Well, the monster truck gods must be on everyone's side because all of these rollovers and now landing back on all four. Gravediggers, Tyler Meninga with a great combination. Our fifth driver here in Monster Jam Skills Challenge. Scores are locked. Your score to beat, Tech Deck, Rec Deck, 8.782. Your score for Gravedigger is 9.082. We got a new leader, Gravedigger. Let's take a look at the video board for your Super Glue Glued to the Action replay. We've got the nose wheelie, and then you see the brief pause here in just a second for the stoppie. So we're into two combinations right now. See those back tires waving, and then he goes for that powerful moonwalk back over the ski jump, and wow, lands back on all four. Coming up next, we got Zach Garner, Wild Side.
Let's hear it for Zach Garner in Wild Side. 20 seconds on the clock, y'all. Let's lock in those scores. Judgeszone.com.
We can take a look at that replay brought to you by the original Super Glue. The combination moves for Zach Garner and Wild Side. Time is ticking down here at Judgeszone.com. If you haven't started scoring, you can do so at any time when scoring is open. Scores are locked. Your score for Wild Side is a 7.625. That puts him in the fourth spot as we get ready for our next driver up. It is Ryan Anderson, son of a digger.
Let's hear it for Ryan Anderson, son of a digger. Scoring is open, 20 seconds. Lock in those scores.
Ryan Anderson and son of a digger knows how to make that Monster Jam truck dance. It was the bicycle combination move, sidewall donuts, back on all fours. Get those scores in. Your score to beat, Gravedigger, 9.082. Your score for Son of a Digger is 9.284. We got a new leader, Ryan Anderson, Son of a Digger. Let's take a look at that replay coming up. It's the bicycle, which we know he can do so well, into a bit of a sidewall donut, back on all fours, another angle here. What a great attempt. Puts him in the top spot, and we have a new leader. Our next driver up, it is Mike Christensen, Vendetta. And he will have one more attempt for Mike Christensen in Vendetta.
Make some noise for Mike Christensen in Vendetta. Scoring is open, judgeszone.com. Lock 'em.
Time to get those scores in as time is ticking down. Remember, you only have 20 seconds to lock in your score when you see those ribbon boards turn red. Mike Christensen, Vendetta, the replay up on the video board for our driver. Get those scores in. Scoring is about to be closed. Don't forget to move that BKT tire up or down. Scores are locked. Your score for Vendetta is 5.468. Coming up next, we got Caleb Blood, Sparkle Smash.
Let's hear it for Caleb Blood, Sparkle Smash. Scoring is open, judgeszone.com. Let's lock him.
Caleb Blood and Sparkle Smash throwing down a nice move there, using the Morgan & Morgan backflip for her attempt. And now we'll wait to see what you think about that at judgeszone.com. Caleb Blood and Sparkle Smash looking for her first skills competition win. Scores are locked. Your score for Sparkle Smash is a 7.018. That puts her currently in 6th. Well, on deck, we still have Megalodon, Ringling Bailey Circuit, and Shell Shocked as we take a look at the Super Glue Glued to the Action replay. Again, using the trench box of the Morgan & Morgan backflip. Gets some nice balance and control, and then sets it down. Kayla Blood and Sparkle Smash throwing it down here. Take a look at our leaderboard here. Ryan Anderson and Son of a Digger still the score to beat, 9.284. Coming up next, we got John Gordon, Megalodon. And our Monster Jam officials say he will have one more attempt for John Gordon and Megalodon.
Let's hear it for John Gordon and Megalodon. Right now, Nashville, let's lock in those scores on judgeszone.com.
He uses our metal kicker ramp to get into the nose wheelie and walks it down. And then a little bit of a pogo bounce there as well as we take a look at this replay while you're getting those scores in. Another angle for Megalodon. Scores are locked. Your score for Megalodon is 8.070. So that puts him now in the 5th place as we bring up our next driver, Corey Rummel, Ringling Bailey Circuit.
Let's hear it for Corey Rummel, Ringling Bailey Circuit. Scoring is open, judgeszone.com. Let's lock in those scores.
All right, Ringling Bailey Circuit throwing down a nice nose wheelie. As we see up on the video board, our Super Glue Glued to the Action replay. Our second to last driver here. We're about to crown here in just a little bit our Monster Jam Skills Challenge winner. Scoring is locked. Your score for Ringling Bailey Circuit is a 6.978. This is our final competitor of our Monster Jam Skills Challenge. Take a look at the video board.
Make some noise for Dawn Widener in Shell Shocked. Scoring is open, judgeszone.com. Let's lock in those scores.
If you saw, the steering wheel was out of the window during that attempt, and I think the hat also came out as well. So no hat and no steering wheel used in the making of that attempt. For our final competitor, Dalton Widener and Shell Shocked from Knoxville, Tennessee. We'll see what his score is going to be. Our final driver here. Scores are locked. Your score to beat is Son of a Digger, 9.284. Your score for Shell Shocked is an 8.251, which means your winner is Ryan Anderson, Son of a Digger.
Cyclone sidewall donuts were what these Nashville fans wanted to see. Ryan, when you're on the side of those BKTs, you have that big momentum. How do you get the truck back on all fours?
Well, tonight, I've been getting beat by that trick for the past couple weekends, and it's defeating, no doubt about it. But tonight, right here in Nashville, I mastered it. I got it down. I actually had to crab walk the truck, meaning I turned the rear steer and the front steer separately to get that thing to come back on the wheels. I was set to crash, no doubt about it, but I can promise you one thing, I was not letting out of the gas, though.
Now, as we go into Monster Jam Freestyle, with this victory, you've now extended your lead in the chase for the series championship. 9 points separate you and Gravedigger. Does that give you a little extra breathing room before we get into freestyle?
Without a doubt, Tyler is one of the best in the world. That's why he's in that Gravedigger truck. He's part of my team, no doubt about it. I love him like a brother, but I don't want to give it to him easy. We're out here to battle. We're out here to go crazy. I've got my son, all my Tennessee family's out here, my wife, my beautiful wife, Chelsea, and my son, Halen, is watching from home. This is my family. This is what I do for a living, and I do it for you fans, man. I'm out here to get crazy. The points are important. The win is great, but what's more important than that is making sure each and every one of you fans come out here, you spend your hard-earned money, and you get to see what you want to see, and that's what I'm here to do. So you better get ready, because I didn't come all the way from North Carolina to the East Coast just to take it easy tonight. I came here to get wild. So Nashville, who's ready for me to get crazy and freestyle tonight? Up.
Nashville, if you're having a good time, let me hear you say, oh yeah. Oh yeah, it's time for you, the fans, to start Monster Jam Freestyle. It's super easy. All we're gonna do is just clap to the beat, okay? Let's hear the first beat. Here we go. Come on. To the beat. Oh yeah. Get ready to go wild! We've reached the pinnacle of today's event. Nashville, this is Monster Jam Freestyle! Make some noise for Kayla Blood, Sparkle Smash. Scoring is open 20 seconds. Let's lock in those scores. JudgesZone.com.
This is just a reminder on some of our rules here for Monster Jam Freestyle. Our drivers must complete 30 seconds of their run to qualify for a score, and they must complete 60 seconds. Otherwise, they will get a 1-point deduction. So there will be a 1-point deduction for Kayla Blood and Sparkle Smash. But, man, I thought she was going to be able to save it there at the very end. She was off to a great start here for Monster Jam Freestyle. Time is ticking down here at JudgesZone.com for our first driver, Kayla Blood and Sparkle Smash. Scores are locked. It's a 5.091. Let's take a look at the video board for your replay, brought to you by the original Super Glue. Glued to the action replay. Kayla Blood and Sparkle Smash getting some nice momentum and use of the track. And then it was just kind of that weird push there at the very end. She kind of crosses over the ski jump and then just hits the side. Scores, of course, 5.091 for Kayla Blood and Sparkle Smash, our first driver here to attack the track. A reminder where we at the BKT overall event leaderboard. Ryan Anderson and Son of a Digger has 23 points. Right behind him is Zach Garner and Wildside, 5 points behind him. And then Tyler Menninga, Gravedigger, Shell Shocks, Dalton Weiner, both sharing the third spot, 7 points behind our leader. We want to give a big shout out to our JCB Dirt Squad. JCB, the official equipment provider of not only this weekend's Monster Jam, but all of our Monster Jams across the country and around the world. Don't forget to join us in Salt Lake City, Utah, July 4th weekend, Monster Jam World Finals. You're going to see 3 days of nonstop action. We want to see you there. You're going to see all of your favorite Monster Jam drivers and trucks in one location. Don't forget, MonsterJam.com. Get your tickets now, Rice-Eccles Stadium. We're going to continue on with our next driver up, Zach Garner, Wildside. 50 seconds left for Zach Garner, wild side. I think it's gonna be backflip time. Huge backflip, lands the Morgan & Morgan backflip with 35 seconds on the clock.
Let's hear it for Zach Garner in wild side. Scoring is open, judgeszone.com. Let's lock in those scores, judgeszone.com.
Zach Garner and wild side throwing down a wild freestyle. Big air on the backflip. Great use of the entire track here, Zach Garner and wild side. Scores are locked in. Your score to beat 5.091. Your score for wild side is, we got a new leader, 8.957. Our next driver up, it's Corey Rummel, Ringling Bailey Circuit. Huge air for Ringling Bailey Circuit with less than 35 seconds on the clock.
Let's hear it for Corey Rummel, Ringling Bailey Circuit. Scoring is open, 20 seconds. Let's lock in those scores now.
Kind of does a little bit of a floater backflip off the Morgan & Morgan backflip ramp. Corey Rummel and Ringling Bailey Circuit getting some huge air off some of these obstacles as well. For our third driver up. Get those scores in, judgeszone.com. Score to beat, 8.957 wild side. Score for Ringling Bailey Circuit is a good score, 8.617.
Monster Jam fans, I'm here now with Ethan, and we're going to play one of our newest games. It's called Crush It or Crash It. You have to decide if our Monster Jam truck driver in this next video is going to crush it or crash it. Coming up in just a few seconds. Right here, Ethan. Okay, what do you think, Ethan? Is he going to crush it or is he going to crash it?
I think he's going to crush it.
Okay, crush it. Let's see what we got. Oh, so close, but I tell you what, you can still walk away a winner, okay? I got something really cool for you. Wait right there. Oh boy, what do I have in my little goodie bag? Woo! This is a low CRC. Yeah, buddy, that's what you get for playing Crush It or Crash It. Give him a round of applause, y'all, and that is Losi. Get yours today, Losi.com.
Congratulations to our future Monster Jam driver there. Take a look at our leaderboard. Where we stand right now in the freestyle competition, Zach Garner Wildside is the score to beat, 8.957. Ringling Bailey Circuit and Sparkle Smash round out your 3 drivers. Of course, we have a lot more drivers coming your way on deck. We still have Black Pearl, Megalodon, Vendetta, Zombie, El Toro Loco, Gravedigger, Tech Deck, Wreck Deck, Shell Shocked, and Son of a Digger. Don't forget to log on to unh.edu/MonsterJam if you'd like to maybe join the Monster Jam family, start working on these trucks as well. And here's a guy that used to be a crew chief and as well, of course, as a driver. This is Cole Bernard, Black Pearl. Under 60 seconds for Cole Bernard, Black Pearl. Lands the Morgan & Morgan backflip with 15 seconds left.
Let's hear it for Cole Bernard, Black Pearl. 20 seconds on the clock, Nashville. JudgesZone.com, locking those scores.
We await to see what you think about that run here for Cole Bernard and Black Pearl. Get those scores locked in, code NAS, JudgesZone.com. Scores are in. Your score to beat is Wildside, 8.957. Your score for Black Pearl is an 8.152. Good enough to put him in the third spot. Let's take a look right now at the video board for the Super Glue, glued to the action replay. Get some nice air and distance off some of these ramps here out on the track. Goes for the Morgan & Morgan backflip, lands that, continues on his run. A solid run here for Cole Bernard and Black Pearl. Up next, we got John Gordon Megalodon. .40 seconds left. Goes for the 8-pack backflip. Lands it. 33 seconds left.
Let's hear it for John Gordon, Megalodon. Scoring is open, JudgesZone.com. Lock in those scores, Nashville.
Parks himself with a little finesse there at the very end. John Gordon, Megalodon. Get those scores locked in as quickly as you can for our fifth driver here competing in our Monster Jam Freestyle competition. Lands the 8-pack backflip brand, brought to you by Morgan & Morgan. Scores are locked. Your score for Megalodon is a good score, 8.877. Puts him in the second position. Coming up next, we've got Mike Christensen, Vendetta. He's got 30 seconds left on the clock. Mike Christensen and Vendetta.
Mike Christensen, Vendetta. 20 seconds. Let's lock in those scores. JudgesZone.com.
Throwing down a nice freestyle run, Vendetta and Mike Christensen getting it done down at the far end of the track on the Morgan & Morgan backflip. Gives us a nice slap wheelie. Great combination moves. Scores are locked. Your score for Vendetta is 8.432. Let's take a look at our Super Glue Glued to the Action replay. Brought to you by Vendetta. Throwing down some nice stuff there. And then goes for that backflip. We're going to get ready here for our next driver in just a moment. Get those zombie arms moving for Barry Musauer, Zombie Stars and Stripes. Make some noise for Barry Musauer, Zombie Stars and Stripes. So Barry Musauer and Zombie Stars and Stripes unfortunately will not receive a score. Remember, the rules are our drivers must complete 30 seconds of their run to qualify for a score. And then, of course, if they don't complete 60 seconds, then there'll be a 1-point deduction. We will watch the replay up on the video board there. Zombie Stars and Stripes throwing it down here.
Up here in crew seating, I was surprised when I saw this guy walking up here in his crew shirt. It's Tyler Menega, driver of Gravedigger. Tyler, in the back we saw your crew working on the shock in the shock tower, but you're not in your fire suit, which means one thing. Give us an update.
Yeah, you know, honestly, that two-wheel skills maneuver, a couple weeks ago we were in Birmingham, Alabama. I was able to combo it from a moonwalk all the way over the step up into a wheelie. I was trying to do that again today, hit it with a little too much speed, and unfortunately, I damaged the A-pillar of the cage on the Gravedigger truck. So, unfortunately, Nashville, I'm sorry to tell you guys, Gravedigger's done for the night. It's a safety hazard. I'm sorry, guys, but I can promise you one thing. My buddy, my teammate, Ryan Anderson, son of a digger, he's got his whole family here in the crowd, and I can tell you right now, he is going to make up for it. I want it. I need it. He needs it, and you guys need it. Are you guys ready for freestyle? Because we're not done yet, Nashville.
Just a reminder here in our freestyle competition leaderboard, Zach Garner and Wildside still the score to beat, 8.957. Celebrating 25 years of El Toro Loco, up next, it's Jamie Gardner. 30 seconds left for El Toro Loco.
Make some noise for Jamie Garner, El Toro Loco. 20 seconds to lock in those scores of judgeszone.com.
He's our 8th driver here to complete the freestyle and get it done out here on the track. Take a look at the replay up on the video board while you get those scores locked in at judgeszone.com. Jamie Garner, El Toro Loco throwing it down here. The score to beat, remember, is Zach Garner and Wildside, 8.957. Couple more seconds left here. Scores are in. Your score for El Toro Loco is... You gave him a 6.979. We've got our next driver coming up. Let's take a look at the video board.
Ryan Anderson, son of a digger. Scoring is open, 20 seconds. So let's lock in those scores, judgeszone.com.
Keep in mind, as you get those scores locked in, there will be a 1-point deduction for Ryan Anderson and son of a digger. Take a look at the replay, though. Man, he was off to a great start. I was going to be pretty excited to see the rest of that freestyle. You know something's crazy going to happen when you see Ryan Anderson take to the track. Some slap wheelie action there, some big moves, but unfortunately just didn't use up that 60-second clock, so there will be a 1-point deduction. Scores are in. Your score for son of a digger is... It is a 6.342.
Time for us to have a little bit of fun here in the stands. Oh boy, we're gonna spin the Monster Jam wheel. Whatever it lands on, that's what we're gonna do. Let's spin it. Let's see. It could be. It is the air guitar cam. All right, if you want to be on the Monster Jam video board, let's see your best air guitar. Come on, Nashville. I know you know music up in here. Okay, that was great. Let's put up the wheel again and let's see what else it spins on. I think we got time for one more. Let's do it. It's Simba Cam! Awesome, Nashville. Give yourselves a round of applause for spinning the Monster Jam wheel. Now, first things first, who's ready for more freestyle?
Coming up next, we got Bryce Kenny, Tech Deck, Rec Deck. And we're going to move on to Dalton Widener and Shell Shocked. Under 40 seconds for Dalton Widener and Shell Shocked. Takes a look at the Morgan & Morgan backflip. And he lands it for the people. 20 seconds left.
Make some noise for Dalton Widener, Shell Shocked. Scoring is open, judgeszone.com. Lock 'em.
Just as much as I love watching Dalton Widener and Shell Shock's run, I definitely love watching his family and friends over there in the section. I can see you guys up there. There they are, hanging out, screaming. Even in the booth, I can hear them. What a freestyle run there. Dalton Widener and Shell Shock. Get those scores locked in. Second to last competitor, repping Knoxville, Tennessee. Scores are in. Your score for Shell Shocked is a great score. 8.884 puts him in second. So Shell Shock finishes up his run, puts him in the second spot with a nice score, 8.884. Well, we only have one more driver remaining before we crown a freestyle winner, and of course our BKT overall event champion. In the meantime, take a look at the video board for that replay brought to you by the original Super Glue. Throwing down some nice slap wheelies, landed the Morgan & Morgan backflip, and continued on with some big air. Nice moves there out on the track for Shell Shocked. There is where we stand in the freestyle competition leaderboard. Zach Garner at Wildside still the score to beat with an 8.957 right behind him. Shell Shocked. Megalodon Ringling Bailey, Circuit Vendetta, and Black Pearl round out your top 6. He is our final driver waiting to attack the track. It is Bryce Kenny, Tech Deck Rec Deck. .50 seconds left for Bryce Kenny in Tech Deck Rec Deck as he lines up. It's backflip time!
Let's hear for Bryce Kenny, Tech Deck Rec Deck. Let's lock in those scores, judgeszone.com.
He is our final driver of our freestyle competition, and we are about to crown a winner here in just a moment as we take a look at that replay up on the video board. Goes for the Morgan & Morgan backflip, but a little too much on there. Lands him on his lid. Ends the run. There it is up on the video board. Our final driver. Scores are locked. Your score to beat Wildside, 8.957. Your score for Tech Deck Rec Deck is 8.023, which means your winner of freestyle and your BKT overall event champion is Zach Garner, Wildside. Zach Garner, Wildside, takes home his 5th overall this season in 2026. He has got 2 competitions wins with the freestyle and racing. There he is. He's now joined by Casey G. Casey.
Zach, you were second out of the gate for Monster Jam Freestyle. You held on to the lead throughout the competition, and not only that, the consistency throughout today paid off. How impactful is this overall event championship right here in the heart of Nashville?
You know what? I am 4.5 hours from home. This is the closest event I get to do to my hometown all year long. This is Dalton's hometown. He came out here and absolutely burned it down. That was an amazing run. I thought he was going to get me, but being able to come out here, second truck out, pick up a freestyle win, and get an overall win, and this is so unreal. I was supposed to be here in 2023 for World Finals, but I ended up breaking my collarbone, so we don't come back out here and lay down a good run and come out with the overall is so surreal.
An emotional victory, Nashville! Let's give it up for your overall event champion, Zach Garner, Wildside!
Congratulations to Zach Garner and Wildside, our BKT overall event champion. And of course, we've got another winner as well. Besides the families of St. Jude Children's Research Hospital, thank you to all those who donated. But Barry Musauer and Zombie Stars and Stripes was our St. Jude ambassador of the event. Well, it's been an exciting night of Monster Jam action, and we are not done. We're heading next weekend to Glendale, Arizona, right outside of Phoenix. So, of course, log on to monsterjam.com and, of course, youtube.com/Monster Jam, and watch the rest of Stadium Championship Series West. On behalf of KCG and Jabari Thomas, I am Kay Young. We hope you had fun, and we hope to see you at our next Monster Jam.
The keys in the ignition, so drivers fire your engines. It's a battle to the end. Never give up, never give in. It's grit and guts, dirt and dust. Get out your seat and put your hands up. That's right, we got the green light. It's a party in the pit tonight. That's right, let's go. This is how we roll on tires that are larger than life. Doesn't matter where you're from, it's running through your blood. Time to get loud, everybody buckle up. You waited, now you made it to the greatest show on dirt. It's the Monster Jam, Jam, Jam. Yeah. It's wheelies and backflips, donuts and burnouts and walk-its. Full throttle, head to head. You be the judge of which truck's gonna win. That's right, we got the green light. It's a party in the pit tonight. That's right, let's go. This is how we roll on tires that are larger than life. Doesn't matter where you're from, it's running through your blood. Time to get loud, everybody buckle up. You waited, now you made it to the greatest show on dirt. It's the Monster Jam, Jam, Jam. When I say monster, you say jam. Monster, monster. Yeah, when I say monster, you say jam. Monster, monster. That's right, we got the green light. It's a party in the pit tonight. That's right, let's go. This is how we roll on tires that are larger than life. Doesn't matter where you're from, it's running through your blood. Time to get loud, everybody buckle up. You waited, now you made it to the greatest show on dirt. It's the Monster